week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Frank, the Cuban Flash, Sanchez. Get this, heavyweight Frank Sanchez linked to Deontay Wilder's comeback, ready to face the best. Heavyweight contender Frank Sanchez says that he's ready for the best after getting linked to facing Deontay Wilder in his comeback fight. The talented Cuban with 19-0 with 13 knockouts faces Carlos Negron on January 1st, with Wilder potentially in his future at 29. Time is of the essence for Sanchez as Wilder contemplates returning with Sanchez on a short list of possible PBC opponents. However, discussing his next outing, Sanchez is eyeing a stand-out performance on pay-per-view. He said, "We're so happy to be fighting in South Florida on January 1st. We have great preparations with Team Canelo right now," says Sanchez. "It could not be going any better. I want to show the Cuban fans in Florida that I will be ready for the world title next year. My fight in October was easier than I expected. I left unscathed, so when I got asked about fighting January 1st, I did not hesitate. I fought well in my last fight, and I wanted to carry the momentum over to 2022. This is a very important fight for me. I want to keep climbing the rankings, but I also want to stay active and continue to prove my worth. This is a great stage for me to do that." And let me stop right there. Frank Sanchez is 19-0. He's a very good boxer. He has a nice combination, okay, a nice brackish combination between Cuban school, which he's known since young, Sons of Cuba, and the Mexican Reynoso's gym and their style. So he has a nice smash up. And the smash up is cool because he has good counterpunching abilities. He's learned from Canelo, and Canelo's learned from like Mayweather and Cotto and those guys that he's been in there with. And he's learning like that from someone that's one of the best in the world to do it right now. And he's showing you that not only that circle of winners, that it's working, but it also shows that it's a force. And Frank Sanchez fighting someone like Deontay Wilder, I don't think that's a good idea. I think he needs somebody that's lower level, because someone young like Sanchez could be a big banana peel. And he's talking about retirement now. If he goes in there and faces someone like Frank Sanchez, he might be retiring after that fight because Frank might beat him. Okay, Frank, you don't have to be the hardest puncher. I don't think Tyson Fury was the hardest puncher. I just think the type of punishment that he's taken in this fight and the fight before that, you know, he gets in there with someone fresh, young, sharp, and hungry, like Frank Sanchez, would be very dangerous. Now, for Frank, of course, it would be a good fight. It would be a fight for him to challenge himself. He's already been in there against Efe Ajagba, which a lot of people compare Deontay Wilder to. He's like the little brother of Deontay Wilder in the way he fights and this, that, and the other. He may do things a little better than Deontay Wilder, especially now since Deontay Wilder has, of course, piled on a bunch of pounds. Okay, so why wouldn't Frank Sanchez take a fight against a guy like Deontay Wilder? Because Deontay Wilder is like the bigger Billy Goat version of Efe Ajagba, and he handled him quite well, like he said, unscathed. So at the end of the day, yeah, for Frank Sanchez, that would be a huge win. He takes out Deontay Wilder, now the second guy to do it behind Tyson Fury. That would be absolutely marvelous, but he does have to get past Carlos Negron. And I remember Negron when he took on Dominic Breazeale, and he was a tough guy. He gave Breazeale problems, but Breazeale came back and did what Breazeale does. If you start exchanging with Breazeale and you don't knock him out, that's what can happen. Okay, ask Ngannou about that, right? That happened to him. So Frank Sanchez, you know, I think that he's a very good heavyweight. I think he's the next upcoming young heavyweights that we will start talking more and more about, the more things that he's accomplished in the sport. You guys tell me what you think of Frank Sanchez being on the short list of opponents for Deontay Wilder. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.